There's somebody at my door. I gotta go to the vape juice store. So, I really hope nobody is celebrating the 4th of July. Like, seriously, I hope nobody's celebrating it. Like, I hope you guys look at the calendar and say, you know what? The 4th means nothing to me. And treat it like any other day. That's what I'm hoping everybody does, is that nobody celebrates the 4th of July. Don't even say happy 4th. Just have nothing to do with it. Stick your middle finger up to Satan. That's probably not appropriate, Abba. Don't do that. Rebuke them. But don't have anything to do with this holiday. Anyway, so like my neighbors were having fun setting off. Oh my God, they had these extraordinarily loud firecrackers. When they went boom, the whole house rattled. And the dog's not here. The owner and the dog, they're out doing whatever until whenever. So I have the place to myself. I always have the place to myself. I think that's why they rent it to me. Free money. They're never home to even see me here. And when I am here, I'm either sitting here or in my bedroom. I don't really. I do my own thing. I keep to myself. I go my own way. And going my own way usually means I'm going to find Yahusha and see what he's up to. Other than that, I'm trying to encourage myself to eat. I'm hungry this morning, but I don't feel like cooking. And I have to wash my dishes first before I can cook, because I didn't wash them at all yesterday. Since I had the place to myself, why bother washing dishes? Nobody's here to remind me, I like the sink clean. Yeah, so do I. Anyway, here. Uno momento. So today is July 5th. It is a Sabbath. I am celebrating the Sabbath. I had 4 kratom shots already today. My intestines hurt really bad. I did not have a good morning. I don't really have anything to talk about. I got to start getting busy and doing my work. I've got a lot of computer work to do. I don't know. I wanted to see who was around, but I guess just the 3 of us. You know, I really like my life now, where I only celebrate what Yahuwah celebrates or what he wants me to celebrate. Life is just so much easier. Like, so much easier. I remember before I even woke up to like the MK Ultra and Super Soldier stuff, back when I was the old creation, had tons of friends, places to be, things to do all the time. I always had pain in my intestines. I always had a bellyache. And that bellyache was always from stress. I always felt pulled in so many directions and never truly doing what I wanted to do. I'm glad my life is quiet now. I'm glad I don't have the riffraff in it. My belly still hurts, but a lot less than it did. I don't know. It always took so much effort to get ready, get everything together, then drive 45 minutes to an hour to see my friends. I was always in Bergen, Newark, Jersey City. Long before I knew anybody in Newark, I was hanging out in Jersey City. Jeez. I was thinking about taking a ride down the shore. I haven't been down the shore in so long. I remember my friends and I, we used to stay at the Aztec. It was a hotel right on the boardwalk in Seaside. Oh my God. I was definitely an instigator. Anyway, I like my life the way it is now. It's nice and quiet. No drugs. No obnoxious people. No coke addicts with a daughter trying to move in my house to live off of me. No wannabe famous musicians trying to live off me either. Riding my coattails, chasing fame. I was talking to somebody the other day. I felt bad. I even watered down my testimony. I was talking to somebody the other day and they had been in the Navy for like 4 years. And they're like, well, I never saw combat. You got to have somebody show you their WWD 14 papers to prove that they've been in combat. And there I am sitting at the table having seen combat. I kid you not. I watered down my testimony and I would not even talk about my combat experience with the other person because I knew this other person would just sit there and mock me and laugh at me. And I could care less what they think or what they believe. Anyway, I don't care about your opinions. Like, I have friends. And because my friends and I are cut from the same cloth, so we're of Yahuwah's mind. So we don't have opinions. We just know what Yahuwah likes and dislikes, and that's what we go with. But everybody else out in the world, all you other people, this person I was telling me, I never saw combat. I was thinking to myself, man, first time I saw combat, I was 5 years old. I'm not talking about human hunting parties. That's not combat. It should fall under it, but that's a human hunting party. I know what it's like to be a deer. But yeah, the first time I saw combat, I was 5 years old, about 5, 6 years old, when Majestic 12 did a child rescue mission. My foot was at a child rescue mission. All they did was grab us and turn us back over into different MK Ultra projects. The factions of the government were fighting with each other, and they wanted us kids. So Majestic 12 came in and they took us. Most of the kids were shot dead because the lab coats figured it'd be better for the kids to die than for them to lose custody of these kids. And the kids that I'm talking about, gene splicing was used. We were all created human beings. I'm not talking about the people you see on the internet like Debbie and Allie and Shelly and Safi and all of these other people trying to be super soldiers. Lying through their teeth to get popularity, friendships, money, attention. And meanwhile, the real victims, the real survivors of these projects, I don't know why I'm not good enough for you people anymore. Why you got to go running off to all these fakes, frauds, and liars? Why me, the real victim who's overcome all of these traumas and tortures to be a survivor? I don't know why I'm not good enough for you people anymore. Hey, Southern mofo, how are you? Right? Hey, listen, I was shooting for infamy. Yes, I was. Because if people thought I was crazy, then they'd stay the hell away from me. And I can have my seclusive, reclusive life where nobody bothers with me. Right? That's the ticket, is infamy, because then people think you're crazy, they stay away from you. Fame fades. And I'm broker than a joker, so yeah, I ain't famous. I figured, being a part of a Rothschild assassination attempt should qualify me for infamy. I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. I had a bunch of kratom shots this morning. My intestines are killing me, but I'm starting to eat solid foods. So, those solid foods going through my intestines and functioning normal. It's going to be a little discomforting at first, but I'm feeling good. Yeah. So, yeah, I was thinking about all that stuff this morning about the super soldier projects, um, the rituals that they would force me to be a part of so I would not talk. And there was no choice about it because I was told that you guys went through this too. And when I woke up in 2014, none of you people went through this. None of you people are created humans. None of you people are super soldiers. None of you people had to go through what I went through. None of you. I was led to believe that all of you went through it and all of you were stronger than me because you never talked about it. Yeah, you never talked about it because you guys were never in the dumps. And what is wrong with people trying to fake being in the dumps? Trying to fake being a super soldier. There's something wrong with people playing victim and trying to be victim, or worse off, you get these people online saying that they're super soldiers, saying that they're MK Ultra survivors and they were pimped out and all this other stuff, and they're just sitting there lying about it. Like point blank, just lying about it. I've met people that are paranoid schizophrenics, but they want you to believe that they were trafficked because you pay attention to them with that kind of story. But if you knew the truth and you knew they were just paranoid schizophrenics, you wouldn't bat an eyelash at them. But these paranoid schizophrenics jump online and go, oh, it's voice to skull technology in my head. No, it's not. It's demonic possession. The government's not after me. They're certainly not going to be after you. Now, are they trying to kill everybody on a grand mass scale? Yes. There are no targeted individuals. Those are paranoid schizophrenics. Undiagnosed paranoid schizophrenics, they need to get off the computer and stop listening to demons and stop listening to these other people that are filled with demons on the internet talking out their ass. I know people, oh, Holly, your story, I connect with your story so much. I just must be from the dumbs because I have so much empathy for you. I must be a super soldier too. No, you're not. Stop it. Oh my goodness. All you did was grow up to be an adult who loves your child fantasies. You got to grow up and mature sometime and let it go. I know I won't drop names, but because there's a group of people out there, everything I say, they say the opposite of. There's this one woman, and when you talk to her, I personally like quarters. I'm not big on pennies. And when you talk to her, she'll have you thinking that you went through the MK Ultra projects and you never did. And I saw this one, like I said, if I'm going to save something, it would be quarters. I don't like pennies. You talk to that one woman, she'll have you so screwed up in the head, you'll be signing yourself into a mental ward. I know this other guy. Oh, Holly, I don't have any memories of the dumbs, but I know I was a super soldier. Okay, you don't have memories of the dumbs because you weren't there. Stop trying to be a super soldier. This is not glitz and glamour, you jackasses. Just because you have empathy and sympathy doesn't mean you went through it too. Just because you have demonic attacks that are similar to mine does not mean you're a super soldier. What I went through was a small group of kids. It was not everybody everywhere. Rustisdar's statistics are way off. Way off. And I was the very first super soldier Rustisdar ever met face to face. From the dumbs. Not a cult, not a coven. Real deal. Created Uberman. Created war, ultimate war fighting weapon. Yep, laugh it up. Get it out of your system. Your mocking of me won't change these facts that I'm speaking right now. And no, I don't talk about my combat experience with a lot of people, especially people that are a part of the public military, because they're just not awake. Oh, they talk like patriots and constitutionalists, but there's no action behind it. Even when they pray, they're so selfish, they only pray for themselves. They don't even think about you guys. They pay their tax dollars blindly to a government and then fight with me going, no, we have a republic country. No, we don't. The USA is a corporation, has been a corporation for a very, very long time. President Trump is the president of this corporation. We don't have a country. We have not had a country in a very long, long, long time. Wake up. Hey, European Chucker, how you doing? I know, it's been a while. I'm doing good. Yeah, if they pay him at all. So, Georgia Guidestone said they're going to bring the population down to 500 million. There are no targeted individuals, guys. Well, if you want to say that every single person alive right now on the face of the earth is a targeted individual, everybody in my chat room, everybody across the board, look to your left, look to your right, look behind you. They're all targeted individuals. Everybody alive right now is a targeted individual. I would say yes, because they're coming to kill us all. So when you get these little groups of people like Deborah T and all of those people go, oh, I'm a TI. The government sits outside my house just waiting to give me a bad day. Okay. They have mental problems, these people. The government doesn't want them. The government already has you guys as it is. You got Siri in your house. You have your cell phones. You have your routers. So the government's already got you guys, and they only want to kill you. You have nothing else that matters to them. They just want you dead. So CIA, FBI is not sitting outside your house or any other targeted individual's house, not Sterling, Susan, or any of those people. The government doesn't want them. Okay, the government wants them dead, but they don't have any information that the CIA would be sitting outside their house pointing direct energy weapons at them. All that ringing in your ears, don't feel special. Everybody has it because there's Gwen towers all over the place. They have nothing to do with our cell phones. They're all about sending out frequencies that hurt us. And no, there is no rapture. What they're trying to do is stop Yahusha's return. That fifth rider on a white horse, that's Yahusha when he's getting rid of the tares, when he has to battle. There is no him just returning and showing up. Everybody hates him. And the people that say they believe him, they wouldn't recognize him if he bit them on the nose because they're so busy bringing their sins to the foot of the cross, praying to some white, long-haired, pot-smoking, hippie-looking dude. And that's not what he looks like at all. He's got bronze skin and white wool hair. That's not a white dude. Oh, but Holly, I don't see him as white or black. Enough. The Bible in Revelation tells you what he looks like. And it also says don't have images. So that Shroud of Turin, you nitwits, are turning into a 3D image. You're breaking your very own 10 commandments. First 4 commandments tell you how to love your creator. Last 6 tell you how to love your neighbor. Yahusha outsmarted all of you. Oh, 10's a big number. I know I got 10 fingers, but 10 commandments. But just tell me the basic bare minimum. What can I skate by with? Yahusha outsmarted you all when he said, love Yahuwah with all your heart and love your neighbor like yourself. Because all the first 4 commandments tell you how to love Yahuwah, and the last 6 tell you how to love your neighbor. So, guys, memorize them, live them. Yesterday, I get a phone call. Holly, do you think I opened up a portal in my life and that's why my wife is cheating on me? And I got to know these answers. And Holly, do you think I did something? Yeah, dude, I think you did something. Okay? When the lights go on and off in your house, you sit there going, oh, is that my dead friend Bruce? Turn the lights on if it's, oh, the lights went on. That's my dead friend Bruce. It's not your dead friend Bruce. It's a demon impersonating your dead friend Bruce. Demons have been around for a very long time. They know. When you think it's just you and your mother having a private conversation in a bedroom, nobody's around, demons are still there. They hear you. They see you. They know human nature. And there you are in your house talking to a demon, calling it your friend Bruce. No, you didn't open up a portal. You just invited the demons in. And that's what you're worshiping. Just because you say you're saved and you think your Savior's real and you think you believe in him, that's not good enough. You ain't living right. You're not putting the Bible into practice. I don't care how much you read it. Oh, Holly, I've read it 30, 50 times. Oh, Holly, I've been a believer for 60 years. Yeah, and you're no closer to Yahuwah when you first met him, because you just take everything that's thrown at you in the spirit realm, you slap the J-man's name on it, and then you run with it. You don't test spirits, you don't use fasting appropriately, and you don't know spiritual warfare, and your pride and ego are constantly getting in the way. And when that's not enough, then you run and get churchanity and you hide behind your religion, your legalism, your doctrines. All doctrines are of demons. Yahusha's words are living. They're not doctrine. They're living logos. He is the living logos. His human body, when he was crucified, that's the living logos right there. That's the word that became flesh. That's why you'll never change as living logos. But as far as your hardcover and softcover books with the title Holy Bible on it, those can change. They've already changed. The scribes lied in them. Look at what King James did to it. He didn't worship Yahuwah. He was in the demons. Constantine killing his wife and one of his kids, and you guys with your stupid cross. Oh, Constantine who Christianized everything. Yeah, you're all going to hell. Jordan Maxwell said it best when he said Christians don't even know what they're believing in. They don't even know what they're worshiping. And they don't, because they don't do any research or studies. They don't look into anything. They don't test the spirits. They don't rely on Yahweh. Excuse me, I rebuke that. They don't rely on Yahuwah, Heavenly Abba. They don't go to Yahusha directly, but they're always slapping his name on everything. I got the spiritual gifts. I can look right through you guys. It doesn't matter if you want to give me a fake name, fake ID. Yahuwah, if I ask him, will always show me who you are. My thing is that I have to listen to him. And just because you guys use his name does not mean you're into him. And how dare you guys use me to figure out if your spouse is cheating on you with my spiritual gifts? I already gave you freedom, deliverance. I'm sorry. I already shared my spiritual gifts. I already gave you guys the prophet's reward. And what did I tell you when I gave you the prophet's reward? I said, you already got the answers. If you want any more, you have to go to Yahuwah yourself. But you don't do that. You still keep calling me on the phone, asking me for my spidey senses. I already told you what time it was. You're supposed to go back to Yahuwah with prayer and fasting on your knees and start talking to him. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to bind and cast away your own demons. No, you're not smart enough to open a portal. But what you did do is you opened up doors for these things to walk through. You know those kids you got that you never turned on to Yahusha? You're responsible for them. It doesn't matter whether they're 4 days, 4 months, or 40 years old. You were supposed to raise them in the ways of Yahuwah, even if you did not believe. They were gifts from Yahuwah to you, and what'd you do with it? No, you can't baptize your kids for yourself. Your kids have to want to do their baptizing and make that decision for themselves. Now, as far as the baptism ceremony, yes, anybody loving Yahusha can do it. You guys, if you believe in him, you should be ordained by now anyway. You should have gone through that ordainment ceremony by now. You don't know Yahuwah until you celebrate his feasts and festivals along with him. When I see you have that action, then I know you're my sibling. I want a family, guys. If you don't mind, Yahusha can supply that. We just need him. And I want you guys to be my family. I'm asking. No, I'm begging. Don't celebrate all these crap holidays. 10 new kids on the street every week. Adult church generation wants, you know the verse? I don't. 10 new kids on the street every week, man. There's a great falling away, guys. They're not going to turn to Yahusha. Any pulpit saying that there's a great awakening, stay away from that pulpit. They're going to lead you to doom. Come talk to me. You know why? Because you and I, we can both humble ourselves and go straight to Yahuwah and see what he's got to say. Speaking of which, Abba, I repent for my sins known and unknown. And can you tell us what's going to happen? I know you already told me, but I want to know again. Practice makes perfect, Abba, and I got to get this down pat. Hey, Mel, it's great to see you. My heavenly Abba Yahuwah, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Please give us this day our daily bread. Please, Yahuwah, forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Please do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom of heaven is thine, and the power and glory forever and ever. Barak Yahuwah for Yahusha Mashiach. All praise, all love, all glory, all worship, all honor be to you, Yahuwah, and only you, Yahuwah. For Yahusha, Messiah, Selah. Abba, if your good angels in courts of heaven are trapped, snared, in prison, clipped, delayed, or other things, Abba, I bind and cast away the Prince of Persia, the Prince of Persia's legions, the Prince of Persia's friends, and the Prince of Persia's friends' legions. Get them out of here. Heavenly Abba, please get your good angels in courts of heaven on their way. Please tell them I say I love you and thank you. And Abba, can I serve you the way they serve you? I wanted to be born an angel so I would never have to die. Tch. Well, now that I got all that death out of the way, Abba, I just want to serve you. I really do. I just want to be all about you. And Abba, can you take the pain away in my intestines? They really hurt. I'm already on my 4th shot of kratom, about to go for 5 and 6. The pain just hurts today. I'm in a lot of discomfort because now I got solid foods going through me. Yeah, if it's not water hurting, the solid foods hurt. Abba, I'm lost without you. I love you. All praise, all love, all glory, all worship, all honor be to Yahuwah for Yahusha. There's this song by Warren Allen. I think it's called Ordinary. Okay, the lyrics are terrible. If I could just take the music. Hey, Cecilia, how are you? I've been praying that you and I can gain some TNA. I'm not fasting, though. I'm eating. Oh, my gosh. I've been eating 3 meals plus snacks. And the only thing I've been able to gain back is my water weight, which I'm not complaining because it's necessary. I don't want to be dehydrated. Anyway, what was I saying? Yahuwah. Just want to serve him. Now that everything is out of the way, Yahuwah, I just want to serve you. What do you want me to do? I'll do it. I give my life to you, my body. I don't want anybody else. Please never put a boyfriend in my life ever again. No men ever again. Please. You're the only man. Only put your perfect self in my way, okay? In Yahushua's name, Selah. Yeah, I'm trying to muster up. I'm hungry now, but I gotta muster up to like wash the dishes. I will. I will, Southern. I love your ID. Um, Southern mofo. I will. I came off the kratom for about a week. And I used my cannabis, but the strains of cannabis I have actually brought my pain out. I got to be careful of the strains. I'm always watching the terpenes with it. But like certain strains like will knock down the pain, and then certain strains will bring the pain out. I was on oxycodone for about a week, and I really appreciated the break from kratom for the week. I can't go without some form of pain management. My intestines hurt me day and night, every single moment of my life. And I went to a pain management doctor. I was paying $350 cash every month for well over 10 years to get my Dilaudid in the winter and my 30 milligram oxycodone during the summer. And I'd switch between the two to try to keep my tolerance low. So I was on 2 to 4 milligrams of Dilaudid in the winter, 4 to 6 times a day. And then in the summer, it'd be 30 milligrams of oxycodone, 4 to 6 times a day, every day. And then I had the Valium, the Ambien. I had the Belladonna, the Levcinex. Oh, they had me on a nice cocktail of stuff. But I'm in pain. I'm on top of my diet. But this is the hand of cards I have. And I feel that Abba gave me a miracle because I don't have to live in a doctor's office or a pill bottle, and I can get my kratom for myself. And I don't have to be curled up in a knot in bed day in, day out with my intestines. It's like, it's my large intestines. They wanted to operate on me, and I told them, you're not, no. Nope, I'm keeping my parts in me. Yeah, I'm at home. This is my little cubby hole. Okay, listen. I rent a bedroom in that house, and I'm well taken care of and protected. I love the homeowner, awesome person. I'm so grateful they give me a home. And I don't live in a tent. Like, I know everybody's asking me, but I'm okay. I'm not living in a tent. I honestly have a bedroom. Like, I'm well taken care of. Well, I mean, I pay my bills, but I'm safe here. Like, it's good here. I like it here. I do. It's different. It's different living with somebody, but I need it. Like, I mean, I have not been around another person in well over 5 years. Like, the only ever time I ever saw another person was when I went food shopping. I started taking care of the elderly lady downstairs for me. I was in Stewartsville for 5 years. I don't care if you know where I've been. You can't know where I am now. I'm in New Jersey right now. New York, New Jersey. No. Yeah, you know what, Cecilia? What I've been doing is grounding. I know that sounds so crazy, but I was sick as a dog. And I remember a couple of days dragging my ass out to the yard. Literally dragging my ass out to the yard. The homeowner was like, "You're walking around like you're 80." I was like, "Shut up. I feel like I'm 90." But no, I was like walking around like I couldn't stand up straight. I can stand up straight now. I can put my shoulders back. I don't want you pushing on my belly. My belly hurts, but I can at least touch my belly without knocking myself back into the Stone Age. Oh my God. When the doctors and hospital were pushing on my belly, forget it. I remember I went to the doctor's office the second I walked out of his office, got to the car, and I took an unscheduled oxycodone with 2 aspirin, and I sat there for a good 30 minutes waiting for it to kick in because that hurt. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Yeah, I'm at home. I'm at home. I do love it here, even though it takes like 20, 30 minutes of a drive to get anywhere, like a convenience store. And I don't dare buy kratom up here because it's like $22 for a shoddy bottle. At least in Storesville, I was getting it for 18. But the guy, I did so much business with him, you know, he wasn't going to charge me out the wazoo. And one lady was charging me $16 for a shoddy bottle because I did so much business with her, you know. Like some of these mom and pop shops are great because I was like, listen, I'm anti-government. It's overreaching. I don't like what we have right now. And given my background coming from deep underground military bases, like I prefer not to pay any taxes. And if I don't have to pay that money in taxes, how about I just give you that money in tips? So you get a tip, I get my products, and we cut out everybody else. That always works for me. So I like these mom and pop shops that like they're willing to work with you like that. Like they could have my $5 in taxes, let them keep it as a tip, cut out the government. We don't need them. And I'm not getting my food. Don't use a road ever again, then. Don't use a road, whatever. Hi, Andy. How are you? Well, there's no getting me off the roads. And you better watch out for the sidewalks, too, because if you piss me off, I'm not above driving on them. I'm joking, of course. I don't mean anything of what I just said, especially about the mom and pop shops and not paying taxes. I don't mean any of this. It's opposite day. Everything said here is just for shites and giggles. Oh, you know what I want to tell you about the kratom? I will be careful. About the kratom, I don't ingest any of it. Um, I changed it, Southern, because if I want to be honest, I'll be honest right now. The kratom stimulates my appetite. I'm already a skinny person. I mean, I have a small frame. I like you can tell my sister and I had different fathers. My sister looks like her father and I look like mine. My sister, she's got a medium build. She's just got a medium build. But if you put me next to my half sister, I'm petite. I'm 5'6", so but I have a small body frame. I don't have a thick body frame at all. Um, so with the kratom, I was making a mistake. Okay, when I first started making kratom back in 2019, I was making the capsules. I got a capsule making machine. I actually want to make my own vitamins where I get the vitamin powder and pack my own capsules. I would like to do that. But anyway, so when I first started kratom in 2019, every morning and every night I would measure out exactly 2 teaspoons of kratom. And they would say, if you take kratom, use 3 days on, 3 days off. That way you don't get addicted. Why did I lose a thumbs up? Anyway, thank you. Because I don't get many thumbs up. Thank you. Abba, please give that person all the spiritual gifts and answers that they seek from you. In Yahusha's name, Selah. It's just, that's the north. And I don't mean to have my back to you, Yahuwah. I apologize. So I was taking like 8 capsules in the morning, 8 capsules in the evening. And then all that powder, well, it went in powder and it came out powder. So then I think it was in 2021, I went and I got, I don't know what they're called, but it's this glassware, kitchenware, where at the top you can seat it's got a strainer, a very fine strainer, but you can also put a coffee filter in. And then I think it's a pour over filter where you just pour your stuff into the top part. It goes through the filter. And then in the bottom, it's just the water. So for a long time, Southern, I was drinking kratom tea. I mean, I'd have like 12 cups of kratom tea in a day, which meant I was not drinking water. I was not getting electrolytes. I was just taking the kratom tea. There's the kratom stimulating my appetite. I'm already a skinny person. I'm already somebody that my one doctor, he's retiring. I had him since I was 11 years old. And he said, Holly, you're one of these people. You have to keep on top of yourself to eat. You're just made that way. Women would die to have your body. Oh my God. I remember that Heidi. Oh my God, that woman would never get off my ass. And then she'd get Jody to pick on me and my other friends. You're too skinny. You're too skinny. When my mother was on her deathbed, we had to put a tube in her stomach. Yeah, your mother was 90 years old on a deathbed. I'm not 90 years old. Shut up, lady. All that woman Heidi did was on me about everything. And yeah, I'm going to use the name Heidi. My grandmother had a Shih Tzu named Heidi. Every Heidi, except for that Shih Tzu. What a great dog. I can't tell you how many times I got called Heidi and the dog got called Holly. Anyway, that woman was on me like way on rice and just pry and about everything. And it's like, lady, I don't like your cooking. I don't like what you eat. And no, I am not cooking for you and your husband. I never did. She wanted me to cook. I never cooked for her. I remember the cousin in Townsend, Tennessee. She came in and she's like, oh, are you cooking? And then sat down and expected me to feed her. I never cooked for her either, but I allowed her to eat some of my food. But I never cooked for those people. Do you know who I did cook for? I've cooked for the homeowner of this safe house. When I was in Stortsville, I'd call up the owner of this of this house, and I'd say, "Listen, I made my homemade Alfredo sauce, and I'm eating myself sick of it. You gotta come eat the rest of it." So, but I was never gonna cook for that lady in Maryland. I was never gonna cook for her or sit there and break bread with her. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that you have to touch Holly Baglio to pray. This woman was nothing but hands. My altars could not figure out why a lesbian married a guy. She wasn't into him. All of my altars noticed it. She'd walk up behind him, hang on him, but leer at me. I knew there was something wrong with the lady. When I walked in her house the first time, you know what she did? She gave up her chair to me. And I said to her, I said, oh, no, 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 no. No, I'm actually going to make you take your chair back. That's your chair. No, you need to take your chair back. Oh, no, no, I insist. Listen, when you come in my house, I'm not giving you my chair up. I'm going to tell you to go sit in another chair. That one's my spot. That's where I sit. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, at your house, home, you have your places where you sit, right? Right. You don't give it up. You just don't. Chicken Alfredo. Oh my God, Southern. I actually got an easy recipe. Like, it's so easy. Yeah, you never share your chair. My grandma and papa, they both had their seats. And I remember even as a little kid, well, I would mimic grandma and grandpa, and I'd sit in their chair just mimicking them. But the second they came to sit down, my butt was out of that chair and moved somewhere else. I actually had my chair between the two of them. So grandma would sit at the one end of the table by the phone, papa would sit at the other end of the table by the door, and they had my chair right in the middle. So, but I'd move you out of my chair. I'd be like, this is my chair. Grandma sits there, papa sits there, I sit here. You can go sit over there. But yeah, you never give up your chair. My grandmother, too, she was like that. When anybody came over, she would walk over to her chair and be like, excuse me. And people would be like, what? She'd be like, excuse me. Get out of my chair. Oh. She'd point blank, get out of my chair. She was nice at first, but it's your chair. Dad, don't share his chair. The spot on the right. That's just the way that it is. I get that. Like when I go in other people's houses, I make sure they sit down first because I don't want to take the spot. It's not right, you know? Like when I was in their living room, because I knew they both like slept on the couches a lot. When I watched a movie, I sat on like the footstool watching the movie. But then again, I wanted some space anyway. She is a very touchy feely type person, and I hated it. I hated it. It's like, lady, leave me alone. Stop touching me. God almighty. I rebuke myself. Okay. I'll have to call her back later. I was supposed to talk to her yesterday. That's the older lady from Stortsville. I've been trying to talk to her once a day because her caregiver went on vacation. So I'm so glad I don't live in Stortsville anymore with that slumlord or with those rotten tenants who ruined my live streams. Rotten tenants. The kid is mentally ill. Get in your houses before I shoot the town up. I'm a combat vet. You ain't no combat vet, kid. You were watching my videos on YouTube, and now you're taking my testimony trying to say that you're black operations. You don't even know what black operations is. Because you're real. Thank you, Southern. I really appreciate it. I can't help but be real. I'm not one to put up a facade. Like, you can like usually tell by my facial expressions exactly what I'm thinking. I mean, I try to hide them, but it doesn't work. But yeah, so I don't like people being on me about my weight. It's hard to gain weight. Isn't it nice and quiet out here? I miss Keeper and Sava. They would have loved this. Yeah, so I guess in a little bit I should go in and I collected chicken eggs. Thank you, Cecilia. So yeah, with the kratom, what I started doing, I take a long time to tell a story. I make little shotties. So I'm not ingesting the powder. I know that kratom just came out with tabs. Guys out there, if you taking those kratom tablets, stop it. I'm not even messing with them, okay? And if I'm not messing with those kratom tablets, I'm not talking, well, you have the capsules with the powder. You shouldn't take them because your system has to process all that powder and it's sludge and it's just crap. Um, but they got the kratom tablets. Please don't take them. They're too strong. They're too strong. When you get the little bottles, it might be a little bit bigger, but I get the OPMS little shoddy bottles at a store if I do buy it. And those are 3 doses in that one little bottle. Remember that. Typically, I go to yokratom.com and I buy the powder online. And then, like, I have a pour over strainer. So, what I do is I mix up boiling water. I add a tablespoon of kratom. And then I'll add a 1/3 cup of boiling water to it. And I let the hot water seep in the powder. And I add sugar. And I try to let it seep for a while. And then I put it through the strainer. I get out all the powder, and then I have like 2 gulps of kratom. But then for the rest of the day, I'm drinking my water and I'm drinking my electrolyte mix, and um, I'm not just only drinking kratom all day long. Like now I'm drinking other things, so I feel better. Like other things. How do people fall from? I know, right, Southern? That I never got that. How people fall for these fakes and they keep going back, and the fakes are so dramatic. Oh my god. It's never ending. Somebody's spying on them. Somebody's breaking in. Somebody's loosening the lug nuts on their tires. Somebody left them somebody else's mail in their mailbox. Oh my God, the solicitor is now a spy for the government. And it's like, look at that. The people with Texas plates, they're spying on me. Look, the people with Arizona plates, they're spying on me. I'm a targeted individual. I like when people come to me with those testimonies. I remember one woman trying to tell me that she was a Montauk assassin, trying to tell me she went through the Sanford Research Institute and she's somehow a Montauk assassin like me. You asshole. I actually have memories of doing these assassinations. I have memories of being used as a soldier. I have memories of combat. I have memories of war, just like your public, army, like you guys in the public, about your army, navy, air force, they're flying. I've been to combat. That's what I was created for. That was the sole purpose for Joseph Mengele to create me. And he was successful at everything he did. And he's still alive. This stuff destroyed my life. It really destroyed my life. So, like, people out there lying about it or trying to be trafficked, it's like, oh my God. One woman came to me, trying to say she was a Montauk assassin. Basically, I'm not going to use any names, and I don't even expect her to tune in. But if she did, listen, the truth is the truth. It's not only Yahuwah that knows the truth. I do too, because I'm his child and servant. I want it done right, so I'm going to do it myself, and I'm going to be his servant in addition to his child. That's just the way I am. So this woman, she tells me her testimony, all of it. Tells me how she went to the library to research everything. And now she's got her testimony, and now she's going to go on these YouTube channels like Imagination Podcast and give her testimony. Now, the other people on the panel, they all said, no, I don't remember her, but I remember her family member who was in the hospital with us, but I don't remember her. She got up on that panel with everybody and gave a memorized testimony. Everything that she had said to me on the phone, from when she would cry on a certain word, stop crying on another word. She would sniffle on a certain word. She would smile on a different word in a different sentence. And everything she said to me on the phone for those 2 hours, she got up on YouTube on one of these places like Imagination Podcast with Emma and gave a memorized testimony. And she said exactly the same thing to Emma that she had said to me on the phone. Listen, guys, I never had to go to a library to research my testimony and memorize it before I could give it. You guys saw me right in the middle of my deprogramming. All those videos are still up. Yahuwah told me to put my deprogramming process up live online because there was a need and I was filling it. But all these fakes, frauds, and liars come along, see what I'm doing, and try to steal it for themselves. Same with Allie Carter stealing my testimony. She was never at pyramids, trafficked. She never went to Russia and ran. Where's she going to run? She doesn't know the language. She doesn't know anybody there. She's not 007. You can look at her and see she's dizzy in the eyes and wouldn't even be able to make her way out of a plastic bag if you left her instructions. And her mommy dearest, that white lady, she steals Kathy O'Brien's testimony, and you guys can't even. Man, yeah, my testimony, the real deal over here isn't good enough for you. You got to go out for the fakes, frauds, and liars. Yeah, go be friends to them. I don't need you. I don't want you. If you can't tell the truth, then you're no good to me, whether speaking it or identifying it. Satan's going to have his way with you guys out there. And it's so frustrating because I actually lived it. Watching these other people out there steal different testimonies, trying to pass it off as their own. And meanwhile, you guys are running around supporting them and I'm left out in the cold. And they never went through it. They're lying to you. And then you guys want to sit there, oh yeah, I'm saved. I've been saved for 20, 30 years. I love my Savior. But you can't tell that these people are lying. You don't know your Savior, because if you had Yahusha, you'd have the truth in every situation. You'd know that the planet is not a ball. You're still listening to that voice? It's in your 10 commandments that he says you shall not use his name in vain, and it's in our daily prayer. Heavenly Abba Yahuwah, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. His name's hallowed, and you guys don't even know it. And then when you do know his name is Yahusha, you still don't use the right one? That's because you're rebellious. You do not have a spirit of submission. You're not relying on Yahuwah. And you know what? He sends out a strong delusion because you don't love the truth. And here you guys are listening to Allie and Shelly. You're listening to all of those liars over there, Debbie and Deborah, Sterling and Susan. You guys are getting taken. And Yahuwah's going to send out strong delusion because you guys don't love the truth. And you're going to be swept away with the delusion that Yahuwah sends you because you don't love the truth. And I'm going to be honest, there's not going to be any love lost on my part. I'm not going to dance on your grave, but I ain't going to feel bad when I see you go. You want somebody to feel bad, go to Yahuwah, because he loves you. He wants you. I'm only interested in him and his will. Never be confused. My loyalties will never be with you guys. They will always only be with Yahuwah. And it's like that. I mean, if you guys would think that I would have stayed with some loser like the dude that collapsed my lung and let him and his kid live in my house with the way they all lived, you got another thing coming. I'm not that person. I'm not going to put up with false doctrine. And like these other people, oh, Holly, somebody's breaking into my house. They're breaking in. The CIA is sitting outside my house pointing direct energy weapons at me. They wait all day long for me to go to the food store. And when I do, they chase me up and down the aisles making faces at me. They follow me wherever I go. You can't even pay your husband or boyfriend to have sex with you. I highly doubt that the CIA is following you. Get a grip. Oh, Holly, somebody's breaking in my house every night. So what I do is I put powder on the floor. I put flour on the floor. Yep, I get out the 10-pound bag of flour and I sprinkle it all over my floor. Get out of my chat room. You don't even know what you're talking about. And you obviously don't recognize the teaching of the Ruach Kadesh. Why are you even in my chat room? You're those little kids still goofing off and playing around. What you say has no validity or weight. Hey, Sergeant Braggs, how are you? What was I saying? See, people don't. That series Chosen that came out was the worst thing to happen for Yahuwah's people like myself. Because none of us act like that fake bull crap, passing out daisy crap. Yahuwah's people are not. Yahusha never acted like those people in that Chosen series. He was never a mush ball like that. Yahusha, my savior, his personality pops up off the page. That series Chosen is not at all how he acted. He was a rebel, a wise ass. He had a sense of humor, that's for sure. He didn't act like a fruitcake. And neither do his people. So whatever was said in my chat room, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. You want some powder puff believer? Go talk to a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I renounce Christianity. I renounce Catholicism. I renounce all of your religions and all of your doctrines. I walk next to my Savior. Like I walk my talk. I'm not like one of these other people. I keep the Saturday Sabbath. I keep his ordained feasts and festivals. I'm all about the Father's will. That's it. The majority of everybody else just talks. Oh, well, I used to believe in a rapture, but now I don't know what there is. But here I am at the pulpit talking to a bunch of congregants, just spewing whatever I want out at them. I wish these pulpits would go watch Howard Pittman's testimony and take it to heart. Because a lot of these pulpits on Judgment Day, they're not going to be resurrected to everlasting life. They're going to be judged more harshly than everybody else. Me too. I'm going to be judged more harshly than you guys. I know I am. Abba already told me all of that. He already Yahuwah told me his will for my life, and I get it. And I don't want your blood on my head. So I'm going to speak this because I'm not going to go to hell for anybody. So I'm going to speak the truth. Not a mama's boy, right? Yeah, I made it through those domes. I think I got a chance to make it to the end of the 7-year tribulation. I want to see his return so bad I can taste it. I'm waiting for him. All these idiots praying for a rapture. They're praying for an escape route they're never going to get. They're going to die because it's appointed to man to die one time. And they're so scared. They don't deal with the truth. They don't want to deal with Yahuwah's will. So they come up with this escape route that they're going to be raptured. And when they run around talking about this rapture, they're twisting the Bible and they sound like a bunch of Fruit Loops. They sound just as wacky as the New Agers with their ancient astronaut alien ancestors coming back to save them from this cruel, evil world. They all sound like whack jobs. That Christian rapture is the same as the New Age alien ascension. It's the same bullcrap. It's garbage. And the Bible doesn't even read like there's a rapture. It doesn't. It reads like there's resurrections. The catching, when it talks about being up in the air, that's explaining what your resurrection is going to feel like. I know because I died and Yahuwah resurrected me. And he showed me the 2 resurrections in my dreams. I know what they're about. And I should be here on the earth for that first resurrection to commence. I plan on seeing his return, and there's only 144,000 people that are going to make it. Now, they're redeemed from the earth, which means they died and were resurrected. Redeemed from the earth is not a rapture. It's appointed to man to die one time. Those 144,000 seals that are chosen by Abba, they are men and women servants from the 12 tribes of Israel, not in the country of Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, right? So of Israel. Those 12 tribes were not all Jews. The tribe of Judah was Hebrew. Yahusha was Hebrew. What you guys call Jew nowadays is basically it's not Hebrew. It's like Yiddish. And even the Jews, they speak Yiddish. They don't speak Hebrew. Your modern Jewish is Yiddish. Yahusha spoke ancient Hebrew. He was Hebrew. The tribe of Judah was Hebrew. So Abba's going to pick 144,000 people that have already died and resurrected. They've already died and resurrected. That's why they make it to the end, because they've already died. Even Enoch and Elijah have to come back to die. Enoch and Elijah are the 2 witnesses. No, they're not symbolic. Yes, they're real people. Yes, they're going to be wearing black sackcloth just like the Bible says they're going to wear. How do I know? Well, Yahuwah shows me in my dreams, but we also read about it and hear about it in the Bible. Go get the NIV version. The way the words strike in the NIV is the same, gives me the same imagery in my mind as the dreams of biblical prophecy that Yahuwah has given me. I've seen Yahuwah return on a cloud in my dreams 2 times. I've seen in my dreams the 2 resurrections. I've seen the 7-year tribulation and the end of it in my dreams. So yeah, I anticipate to be here. And no, there's not going to be a rapture. When Marduk flies over, it's going to start sucking people up off the earth, but that's not a rapture. That's not a rapture. That's Marduk. Nibiru is an alien spaceship with Anunnaki living on it. It's not a planet like NASA's telling you guys. And by definition, what's a planet? A planet's a moving star. Okay, Nibiru, Planet 7X. It's not a star. It's not a planet. It's alien aircraft. Marduk. Anunnaki live on it. Advanced technology is on it. Basically, what's going to happen on the Earth, it's going to be a big, beautiful day. Sun shining, beautiful. We think it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden, everything goes black. And this thing goes flying over. Everything goes black. And people start getting sucked up off the face of the earth. And when they rise up towards Marduk, they disintegrate. So some people are going to be like, oh, it's a rapture. And then once they start floating up, they're going to realize, no, it's Marduk. These things are coming back. All those things that you've seen scribed on the pyramids and these temples, those things are coming back. There's 4 things underneath the Euphrates River that's going to break their chains and get out. None of those is Satan. That fight with Satan doesn't come yet. That's for the very, very end, after Yahusha's reign for 1,000 years. Yahusha has not returned. And I've been seeing videos online where it says Yahusha's returned. Look at these big, beautiful buildings that used to be and exist, and these big, beautiful cathedrals and buildings could have only existed during Yahusha's reign. So he's already come here and reigned for 1,000 years. No, he has not. How do we know? How do you guys not know? How do you guys not go to Yahusha and say, hey, did I miss your return? He would have said, no, stop listening to these jackasses. Okay. Can you get out of my chat room? I don't care about anything that you have to say at all. I don't want you in my chat room. You're unwanted. Why are you even here spewing whatever it is you're spewing? People didn't come here to read your comments in my chat room. They came to see me. Because I'm giving them answers and all you're doing is spewing. Go away. I don't remember inviting you. Okay. Well, then leave. Because it's only you that's here for the comments. Everybody else is here for me. You're the troll. I love you, Mel. Mel, do you remember me back in 2018, 2019, 2020 when I would just be like, oh, did I offend somebody? I love you, Cecilia. Thank you so much. But no, that's what I really think that is, Nibiru. It's an alien aircraft. I don't think it's, I mean, I used to have a science perspective. Like I used to listen to NASA and think that it was like an actual round planet. I used to think the Earth was a planet. I think the Earth is the Earth and everything revolves around us, like the sun, moon, stars, and planets. They all revolve around us, but above us, and there's a firmament. So I've changed vastly in what I think, but I think that Nibiru, that's all alien aircraft. It probably is going to look like the Death Star from Star Wars, I would imagine. Hey, Doug, how are you? I'm doing good. Hanging in there. I should take some more of my medicine, and then I think I'm gonna go inside and cook. I think I think it's about time I start eating breakfast. But I've been doing so good. Breakfast is 2 yogurts, 2 eggs, 2 pieces of cheese on a croissant. The yogurt's on the side, of course. And tomorrow I gotta go food shopping again. Buy more. That's all I've been eating is like egg and cheese croissant sandwiches and cheese quesadillas and my high calorie shakes. Like, I think I might be getting sick of my cheese quesadillas, but I don't know what to replace it with. Like, what am I going to eat? Right? So I don't have meats back in my diet. I just have dairy, eggs, fruit. I don't have like chicken, hamburger, or beef or anything. That's going to be crashing through my intestines like a bowling ball. That's going to hurt. But I don't know. I'm such a damn picky eater that I don't eat anything. Like, and it's hard too because now I read labels. But I've been getting 6 eggs a day. I've been eating 6 eggs a day. Eggs are really good for you. Somebody was trying to tell me, Holly, you're eating too many eggs. It's like, shut up. No, I'm not. Hey, Cerise, how are you? It's great to see you. Hey, Turkey. I remember you, Turkey. It's great to see you. Apples. I was thinking maybe I could do tuna fish sandwiches. Or maybe grilled cheese. Because if I burn the I'm liable to burn the grilled cheese. How am I feeling? I'm feeling a lot better, Cerise. I'm feeling a lot better. Um, yeah, I feel a lot better. My fever's gone. I can stand up straight. Like I said, um, I've been adding things back to my diet. Um, Not to be too vocal or gross, but I finally yesterday started to go to the bathroom like a normal person. Like no water was coming out anymore. I was just going normal. And that's kind of painful. But my pancreas and my liver, they don't hurt as much. Like the pain in them went down and I can stand up straight. So I'm feeling better. Feeling better. On toast with green tea. That could work. I could throw some pimentos in with my tuna fish. Tuna fish, mayo, salt, pepper, maybe some pimentos. Um, I just don't know what to eat. But yeah, since we got the chickens here, I mean, I'm only eating eggs from 2 different chickens. So that's got to be healthier than eating eggs from a store. You never know where those chickens are that you're eating them from, you know? Oh, yeah, they are. Let me finish my medicine. It'll help. It'll help me eat. I'm doing good. I gotta honestly, Cerise, I have to focus on my eating because I dropped down to 100 pounds. I think I got my water weight back, so I think I'm 104 now. But I gotta eat. And that's like such a hard job to do. Like it really is. Oh no. Do I have American? Yes, I do. I bought American cheese yesterday. Do you know I ate 2 boxes of Italian ice? And then I ate a box of Gushers. You know, the fruit things? I couldn't help it. I had like a sweet tooth. So, I'm trying to get myself in the habit of always eating. It's just, I get so sick and tired of cooking. Like, really tired of cooking. You're not on information. Yeah, and I'll tell you, turkey, to even feed our bodies with the right food. I'm going to start on diatomaceous earth again. I was reading how, like, if you do a detox and you don't do the detox right, then the parasites can embed themselves even deeper into your organs. You know what? I'm just going to drink diatomaceous earth because they don't build up an immunity to diatomaceous earth the way they do all these other medications. My weakness are chips, really? Yeah, I like the Gushers because they're chewy. I get the watermelon and sour apple Gushers. I got 2 boxes of them yesterday. But just I want to keep myself in the habit of going into the kitchen, getting something to eat, and cooking it. Like, I'm trying to force myself in that habit. So I figured, like, the worst I eat are the Gushers and Italian ice. I couldn't help it. But that's like the worst I eat. But I've been making sure to get Celtic salt, and I've been drinking the liquid IV. But I want to order the Dr. Berg's mix because he has trace minerals in that. And I'll get a lot more buying that from him online than I will buying liquid IV from the store because it's so expensive. No, I would starve to death if I hate vegetables. I could never be a vegan. I hate vegetables. I love fruits. No, I hate vegetables. No way. Plus, vegetables aggravate my intestines. Like, I can only eat so much salad before it hurts my intestines. Like, I'll eat certain raw fruit. Like, I'll eat like raw peppers. I don't like carrots. I like carrot juice. Yeah, I'm not. I hate vegetables. I'd starve to death if I was a vegan. That would never work for me. But yeah, Cerise, I haven't celebrated. I know I didn't look very good in my videos, but I begged people not to celebrate. I admit it, Abba, honestly, I did beg people not to celebrate. I asked them and I begged them, Abba, not to celebrate the 4th of July. I asked everybody yesterday to save like their fireworks for like the Feast of Tabernacles or the Feast of Trumpets. You know, ooh, the Feast of Trumpets, that would be good. Be like, Abba, I don't have a shofar, but I can make a racket with fireworks. No, we're not. I agree. And my freedom doesn't come because okay, this might be stupid, but this is my opinion or my understanding of the 4th of July. Supposedly, George Washington didn't want to be a part of the Freemason Lodge in Britain, so we all had to go to war over it and fight. So, because one Freemason Lodge didn't want to be a part of another Freemason Lodge, a whole bunch of people unnecessarily had to die for it. And from that, this country gets their independence. All right. I get my independence and freedom through Yahusha and his blood that he poured out of himself and drained out of himself when he was crucified. That's where my freedom and independence comes from. So I like fireworks. Anyway. Yeah, set the captives free. I'm not in the mood to get trolled. Really. Can create meals for my family, make me time consuming, right? To search for recipes. Oh my God. Can I be honest with you, Mel? That was something that happened to me. Listen to me, I put myself in a position. Nobody else did it to me. But I started cooking when I first got here. And in under 2 weeks, I was pulling my hair out, stressed out, and pissed off. And it was all at myself. Listen, I don't cook every day for myself. I don't want to cook every day for myself. I'm kind of pissed off that I have to cook every day for myself. But just because I cook every day for myself does not mean I'm cooking for anybody else. I'm not anybody's wife. I don't want to be anybody's wife. Actually, I am Yahusha's wife. He doesn't make me cook for him. Well, there's a meal I like to cook. I like to cook for him, but he doesn't force me to cook. I cook on my own. So if my own husband Yahusha does not make me cook for him, there is no chance on earth that I'm cooking for anybody else. But anyway, I came here and I started cooking, and then I was worried about what time to have it on the table, when everybody else wanted to eat. And it was not when I wanted to eat. I eat at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm happy doing that. And I wish not to change it, and I'm not going to. But then that's exactly what happened, Mel. I ran out of recipes. And why am I driving myself nuts? I'm going to the store spending money on food that I have to cook for other people to eat at a time they want. Fuck no. 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 No more. I don't want the job. So the fact that I put myself in that position, it didn't help. Nope. Somebody else wants me to cook for them. Well, then they have to buy all the ingredients. I'll cook the meal, but they're doing cleanup crew. They're cleaning up everything. Oh, and then I get a plate for myself, and they can have the rest. And I make a really small little plate anyway. I eat like a bird, so it wouldn't be anything at all. But I'm not. I hate cooking, and I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to start doing it. Other people are fully capable. They're not fully disabled like me. They can worry about their own appetites. They're healthy people. Let them cook for themselves. They can do their own laundry too. That's it. That's it. I clean the house. I take care of the animals. That's already free work, and that's going above and beyond. But I'm happy to clean because I'm anal about my cleaning. I'm immaculate, and I know it's going to be spotless. And I'm not living in a dirty house either. So I don't mind doing the cleaning and doing the cleaning for other people. That's okay. It's not like they're leaving big messes. It's not like that. So I don't mind like mopping and then like scrubbing the shower and sink and toilet once a week, and straightening up. That's fine. And I'm always the one in the kitchen making a mess anyway. So, like, I'm cleaning up my own messes. But yeah, that whole cooking thing, Mel, I can't stand it. No, I think men are good cooks. Yahusha, he's like, oh yeah, babe. I can cook. I can. Abba, I would love if you would cook for me. Don't tell grandma, but I'm sure I'm going to love it. And she's going to get jealous and mad at you. So don't tell her you're going to cook for me and I'm going to love it. No, I think there's men out there that are good cooks. I haven't met any yet. I'm teasing. Um, I don't know. I'm a picky eater. And my Ashkenazi Jew. I hate the dirty dishes, right? The lower back. And then where I get it to, Mel, is in between my shoulders. Like in there from bending over and stuff. Um but to be honest, personally, I don't celebrate even my own country's Independence Day. Yeah, I'll be honest, Turkey. I don't celebrate any of this stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, I do use medicinal cannabis. It actually helps me to eat. I'm certainly not partying on anything. I don't want that kid back in my chat room. That's just rude. No, actually, it's not a bong rip. Jerk. Like, man, sometimes, I was actually thinking what it would be like if I went back on pain management pills. No, I would go straight back to my kratom. I wouldn't last on it. No, I don't celebrate your Freemason holidays. And you can get out of my corporation. Go somewhere else. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, Sorry about that. I'm not a fan of pharmaceuticals. I quit them January 4th, 2014. I quit the pain pills first, and then 3 months later, I quit the Klonopin. So, like, I quit the pain pills, sleeping pills, Levcinex, Belladonna. I quit everything, but I left the Klonopin for last to keep me calm. So I quit the majority of my prescriptions January 4th of 2014. Then 3 months later, I quit the Klonopin. Never again. I hate Klonopin. I hate the way it makes me feel. I will never take it again. That it just sucks. I hate Klonopin. It's not safer for you. It sucks. It sucks. That I should have came off the Klonopin first and just came off my pain pills last. Like, man, there's other things like Valium and Xanax that work just fine. you know, but no, I'll never touch that stuff again. Like, not even to take it once. I hate the way it makes me feel. Hate it. There's certain medications like I hate Vicodin. I can't take codeine because I break out with hives all over. There's certain medications, boy, I just can't take them. I cannot stand the way they make me feel. But I can tolerate the kratom and I can deal with the medicinal cannabis. The kratom, though, I've been taking it in the mornings and then letting it wear off and stopping for the rest of the day. And then I've been using my medicinal cannabis in the evenings. I really need like a heavy duty pain pill when I first wake up because praise Yahuwah, usually everybody's gone in the mornings by the time I wake up and need the bathroom so they don't have to hear me yell in pain. And usually towards the evening, my pain, like I got to get up and start moving. So like the first 2 hours of moving are god awful. But once I get going, I'm like a diesel engine and, I feel good. I feel better. But like the kratom blocks the cannabis feeling. Yeah. And what I can't stand, no, I don't have iPhones. Listen, if I have to spend more than $100 on my cell phone, I'm pissed off. Like, no. And helps and alleviates nausea. Yeah, most of the time it's what gets me eating. There's a dispensary that opened up near here, and because they're new, their prices are low. I want to buy an ounce. They have ounces for 135 bucks. That's cheaper than my guy. And I get a choice. So I've been I've been lucky. I rebuke myself. I've been baraked because I've been able to go to this place and pick out what I want and get what I want and only pay about $10 a gram. And I get what I want, like Durban poison, blue dream. What do I want? And I know the names and I can look up the terpenes. I take it medicinally. So other people just smoke because they want a nice high. And it's like, well, you're no use to me. I need to be able to pick out my strains. And I've had the luxury of doing that lately. And I just feel so pampered. And and it's right down the road. I don't have to drive an hour and a half to someone's house and it's just easier. I don't have to talk to anybody. I'm not really a social butterfly. But yeah, I'll be honest, I was really grateful that my doctor helped me because the two hospitals didn't. My doctor took mercy on me. I was going to ask him to refill my prescriptions, but Nah. Because honestly, when I came off the prescription, I think I spent a day where I felt sick. Like I just didn't feel good. Like I needed the pain pills because the pain was so bad. But once I knocked the pain down and I didn't have a choice, I had to come off the pain pills and I wasn't ready. I could have used another week of pain pills. I was in pain. And when I mean another week, I mean like 5 days. And I'm not getting addicted to pain pills in 10 days. That's for sure. But anyway, I felt like the day after I came off the pills, I just felt sick. But then again, I've been feeling sick. That's the reason why I took the pain pill in the first place, was because I felt sick and I had pain. Like the liver made me feel like on the inside I was just sick, like an ill feeling. My like pancreatitis, I felt sick and ill, and the pain pill was getting rid of that feeling. And I think I spent a day miserable. And then the following day, I was like, forget this crap. And just, I went back to Kratom. Yeah, they are too hard on the digestive system. But you know what? I changed the Kratom too, because that's kind of acidic and hard and it stimulates my appetite. But you know what I did? Is I'm starting to make shots of the Kratom where I just, whatever Kratom I use, I can knock back in 2 gulps. And then for the rest of the day, I'm drinking my liquid IV and water. It's better than me drinking the kratom tea. So I did do a little bit of improvement. It is a lot better. And then, like, even though the kratom stimulates my appetite, like, I got Italian ice. So I'm constantly in and out of the kitchen grabbing something to eat. But I want to do that. So, all right, hang on a minute. Because I'd like to go and cook food right now. And I'm keeping today hallowed too. So I'm pretty pleased about that. And like, I had smoked some cigarettes, but not today. I'm keeping today hallowed. Right, Abba? Making sure not to do any bad things like that on this day. That's what I meant to get, was milk thistle and golden seal. I hope like they stop setting off all the fireworks that they've been having. Because I'll tell you what, last night, man, a couple of them, it felt like they scared the daylights out of me because I wasn't expecting them. And it felt like it was like right on top of me. I don't think like the people setting them off realize I sit out underneath that tent. And they were kind of, anyway, very startling. We're supposed to have fireworks tonight at this place. I don't know. I hope like the eggs and the cheese are gonna help me gain weight. I got Cerise. I got down to 100 pounds. I'll tell you, I got scared. I really got scared. And one day out here, my heart was fluttering. I hate when my heart flutters. I don't, I don't talk about all my diagnoses. There's just no reason to. And I suffer from the rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, and IBS, and the Baker cysts the most. But the other day, boy, my heart was fluttering and I was nervous. And it was like all day long. But I haven't weighed myself. Like when I do, I try to weigh myself in the morning. After I go to the bathroom and before I eat. But the last time I checked, I'm 104.6. I should just wash these dishes now, right? Yeah, Mel, that pancreatitis and my liver enzymes being off. Oh my God. All from exhaustion. All that from stress. We can talk about it right now, right? That's slumlord. I was going to court. I was going to court with him and I was going to fight him and I was going to countersue him because I'm fully disabled. There was a sewage smell coming up from the bathroom tub. Basically, in June of the summer last year, 2024, my stairs out back broke. I waited 3 months. He wasn't going to fix them. I lost my script. So around September, I said, listen, I want your attorney's information. I'm writing your attorney with you addressed to it because I've been talking to you since you've owned this property and you haven't done to fix anything. And it's required by law that I have 2 entrances in and out of my house. So September, I wrote to him and his attorney. He played games. He wasn't giving me his attorney's address. So I used the last known attorney's address. Well, I guess it embarrassed him because he had gotten a new attorney. I think what happened is his attorney saw what I had on him and said, yeah, I'm not defending you. And remember, you've subpoenaed Holly 2 times on your behalf to help you get the squatters out. And now you're trying to get her out. Anyway, so he shows up with a different attorney, all embarrassed. He should be. Fathead needs to go back to his own country and stay there. He's all about the investment, not about the souls on his property. Regardless if the other souls are dizzy and lost or not, there's still, it's in Abba's will that nobody perish. I'm trying to be kind here. So I said, I'll give you 3 months. He didn't fix anything. So I called up the state in December 2024 and I said, listen, my windows are stuck open. It's in the middle of winter. They've been stuck open all summer. The stairs, the sewage smell coming up from the bathtub, all the leaking from my apartment down into the elderly ladies downstairs. There's mold in the walls. So guess what? The state comes out and guess what he does? He he tries to hide the repairs. So he gets a big piece of sheetrock and he nails the old lady into her apartment downstairs, thinking, oh, well, if I nail shut that one door, then the inspector will not walk in that door and see there's a big hole in the floor from the bathroom into the cellar where mice and spider and bugs come up through it. So the elderly lady had to call the cops on him for nailing her shut in her apartment. Hang on a second. Excuse me. Listen, I only use the N word with people of my own skin color. And that owner of the property, he's an N word. So the elderly lady called the cops. Sadly, the Department of Aging dropped the ball and never pressed charges against the guy because, see, the elderly lady was unable to get to her door. She's bedridden. And she was unable to get to her door to unlock it to let anybody in or out, including herself. So the cops came out, took down that door, opened up the elderly lady's house for her again so that I could resume coming back down to take care of her. And so that way, you know, if she had food delivered, people could get in her apartment. And then when the inspector came out, the slumlord failed for everything. That's what I was going through. So December of 2024, the slumlord failed when he dragged me into court trying to evict me. He was trying to say that those inspections were due every 5 years. And I said, no. Those inspections happen because yours truly called the state on your sorry ass. And by the way, keep your penis in your pants. When you come on this property, you should use the bathroom in the squatter's apartment that's vacant instead of running over to the house behind mine while I'm sitting outside, then opening up your pants, pulling out your penis, peeing all over your property like it's a toilet in front of me, your renter, and even on Sal's cameras. I told him, if you do that anymore, I'm calling the cops. He exposed himself on 9 different occasions. I knew I should have called the cops on him those times. Then there was a day he got out a ladder. The elderly lady was scared of him. She didn't want him coming in his house, and she said, stay out, stay out. He got out a ladder. He left the property, came back 2 hours later, got out a ladder, put it up against the house. He started crawling up, looked in the elderly lady's apartment because her blinds are open and she's stuck in bed. I happened to be coming out the bathroom, and when I opened the door, praise Abba, I was dressed, and I just see a ladder up near my window. As he's coming up, I ran over. I closed my curtains. He didn't see in. I ran to the kitchen. I closed the curtains, and then I proceeded to take pictures of him. And all he was doing was standing there, trying to look in my window and then look at his phone. And then he got back down, peeking in my windows. And then I called the Storesville Police Department. Well, the cop didn't want to do his job. And, well, I find no reason. Maybe your landlord was fixing something. There was nothing wrong with the siding where he was. There's a background problem going on. Officer, get off your lazy ass and write the report. And that officer never did. That officer, TSE, whatever, yeah, he sucks. He doesn't serve and protect anything. He's a shitty officer. And if he finds out what I think, good. Maybe he'll start doing his job because he's a shitty officer. I've never met anyone more lazier than him. He should actually be fired with no pay and sent back home to mommy. There's good cops, and then there's people like that idiot. So I'm not done. So then the slumlord's trying to evict me. I was going to sue him for pain and suffering for my heating bill because I had to turn up my heat all the way because my windows were stuck open. and then pain and suffering because I'm fully disabled. And I had text messages where I was literally telling him, stop. Then I had text messages where I was literally telling him, stop harassing me. Leave me alone. Stop. And he wouldn't stop. He'd keep texting afterwards. I had him saying that he wanted to push everybody out so he could jack up the rent. And that's illegal. There's laws to protect tenants from him doing that. So there I was in court with the fat head. And I think it was Yahuwah because I know I had this guy over a barrel. I know that I would have won. I would have won to stay. He had no grounds to evict me. I know that. And then I would have won to countersue him. And I would have won for pain and suffering. I would have won across the board. I had all the eggs in my basket. Seriously. And I even knew what I was doing too. Like I'm educated when it comes to stuff like that. I remember telling my attorney what to say in court. I'm good. Anyway, and I'm always looking for loopholes. Because that's how you do it. You got to find loopholes. So there I was at court, and he starts saying, I give you back your rent. You don't pay rent. They give you back your security deposit. Then you go. I was like, you're going to pay me to leave? You're going to pay me to leave. I don't have to take care of the elderly lady anymore. I get to walk away from a crap apartment. Do you know what it's like having a sewage smell coming up from your pipes? Okay. That is enough to make a person go crazy. And I'm not exaggerating. And my words, they sound weak and feeble, but having a sewage smell coming up from your bathtub will make a person go insane. You cannot live with that. So I was like, you're going to pay me to leave? My pleasure. So I left. You know, and think about it. Brian, too. T-E-W, Brian, too, T-E-W, the fat pig in a tutu. He stole my address so he'd get Social Security benefits. There was that dude named Sean from the Sitco who followed me. Sat out my house for 3 months. I had to call cops on him. He sat out there in his gold truck and in his mommy's white car. Let's see. People harassing me, finding me off the internet. Or just even the Kardashians that lived across the street with the husband that hit on me and the wife that can't get out of her own way. With just obnoxious kids. Obnoxious kids. Daddy calling his 5-year-old son, Felicia. Yeah, Daddy's it. The only gay one there. But yeah, their son's going to grow up to be gay because all they do is call her. He's probably 6.5 now. When they get mad at him, they call their boy's son Felicia. That's how you treat your own flesh and blood. That's how you treat your son. He's going to grow up to be queer. 220 miles across the mountain. Wearing dresses. Jump over it. You do that to people, to kids. They are going to grow up to be ruined as adults.
Nobody took me seriously then. Amen, listen all over there.
But I told Debunking that Craig and I would produce as much wood as we possibly could, and we'd work hard to get it. And if you guys was paid to leave. I was worth my time to leave. And now I get to live on a private lake in a private community. I get to live on a lake. I don't know. I like this place. I mean, I got the place to myself most of the time. Because the owner's always working. Nobody bothers me. And nobody would be stupid enough to stalk me here. That would be like a really dumbass move. They'd be spotted before they even put the car in park. They'd be spotted just pulling into here. And nobody around here would put up with that. I guess people around here are into their Second Amendment. I'm good about being around gun enthusiasts. Fine by me. I'm glad my neighbors are. I wouldn't say enthusiasts, but there's not going to be any marches in this town. Hopefully not. It should stay relatively quiet. I know they had a party at the lake for Juneteenth. I was like, oh my gosh, really? Liberals. But I don't hang out with anybody. No interest to. Alright, so food. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. You know, it works. It works. Yeah, I'm glad I got to stay in New Jersey. You know, this is where I was born and raised. I can navigate in this state. Kind of cut it crooked, huh? All right. It feels so weird not having a dog attached to my hip right now. Trying to get cheese from me. Where do you shop? That size. Costco. No, ShopRite. The food store, ShopRite. Like, They have a bakery part. Yeah. They have a bakery part. It's a food store. Like the food stores around here are big. They're like not the Walmart, but the food centers. They're huge out here. Like they have everything. So, like ShopRite has sushi, a bakery. You can get all sorts of prep foods. Is that enough? That might be enough. And then my 2 blue eggs. We get blue eggs and brown eggs. Brown. Right. The blue. Eggs. Our neighbors next door get Easter eggs. And the Easter eggs. Loves it there. Yeah, Rumble does love it here. He does. He winds up sleeping in the dog cage. I think he misses the lab, like on the weekends, because the owner has like 2 jobs. So like he'll be gone Saturday and come home Sunday afternoon. And I think Rumble misses the dog. So he goes and sleeps in her cage. I think they're buddies. I think Rumble likes being like a family cat. Like he lets the owner pick him up and pet him on the belly. I'm like, great, I lost my cat. I think my cat wants a male owner. Okay, I think that's scrambled.
We still need to move about a load an hour, and I've been down here about a half hour. We're not as close. We need to move some wood. Regardless.
All right. Wash more dishes. Constantly washing dishes, washing dishes. And then what do I need? Hurry up and cook. And then after this, I'll eat 2 yogurts. I should get plain yogurt and add my own fruit to it. But I've been lazy lately. I'm so sick and tired of cooking. Like, even just to cut up fruit is like too much effort for me. You know what show I got into was Axeman. TV is so different nowadays than it used to be. Like, I don't think I formed the egg right to fit my croissant. I don't know. Guess I have to let it cook right. Is it going to taste better than Burger King breakfast? Yes, it is. There's going to be real eggs. So, I hope you have a nice day. It was great to see you, Cerise. Thank you so much for putting up with me for a little bit. I think when I get done eating, I have to do some of my computer work. I don't know. That egg doesn't really fit my croissant. Here, see? Like, that should probably be underneath there. I'll figure it out when I eat it. See, always dishes. This is good though. At least the sink will be empty when I come back to it. It'll make me feel a little bit better. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me tell you my story about what happened. I was kind of run down before I even got here. And it's no wonder why exhaustion caused all these problems with me, you know. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm going to go and eat. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Homemade meals are always better than fast food. Yeah, especially this one. It does taste better than Burger King. I'm going to go dive into it. So thanks for hanging out with me for almost 2.5 hours. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully, I'll have more weight when I see you soon. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll weigh myself if I can remember. It's good to see you, Cheryl. Hey, P. Morton. Jonah. It's great to see you guys. I'll talk to you soon, but thank you for hanging out with me, really.